Welcome back to another episode of Just Listening Podcast. It's your girl, A Crispy, and I'm here with Ty the Tease.
What's
A,
good?
yeah, a friend that from high school that I really enjoy watching her snaps. She really do be saying everything how it is, and I think being authentic like that and being able to say your truth is something that I really admire, especially the type of company I like to be around. So I asked her to be on the podcast and just let her know who she's about, her experience with love, because that's what she really talks about on there. Talks about, people ain't shit. So yeah, I'll let you introduce yourself. Who are you?
Okay, so my name is Tamari, but I mean, ever since I graduated high school, people usually call me Ty now. If I ever hear somebody yelling my name, Tamari, I'm usually like, I must have known you back in the day. But my name's Ty, and I'm a dancer. You might catch me in the clubs here and there. And my stage name's Tease, so that's kind of how I put those two together. Like I said, I'm a dancer, a stripper, whatever you're gonna call it. I'm more of an entertainer. I do pole dancing. I'm a pole instructor. So I intend to make most of my money on stage and go home. That's it. No extras, none of that. And then I do security on the side and I'm a pole instructor. I was in school, but I had to take a break because this COVID, I can't. I'm gonna be real honest, I'm not the student that could be on their little laptop and do the Zoom calls and all that. I really need like direct
Mhm.
face to face interaction with people. And I don't know, I do not get the best professors, to be honest. I usually get really shitty professors,
Yeah.
not gonna lie. So I had to take a break from school, but it don't look like it's gonna get better. So I'm probably just gonna have to like figure it out and keep my fingers crossed that I don't end up on some like scholar probation or something because I don't know.
How's your well, you said you mentioned that you're not in school, so how is working in the industry and where you're at right now, making that money and also dealing with just life in general? Because I know what I've seen so far is kind of how you've been going about life, and there's some things that kind of get in the way, you know what I'm saying? Like what that recent incident that you just had at the club, how was that?
Okay, so and that customer, I've talked to him before,
Hmm.
but I didn't like the conversation that he was having
Yeah.
with me. I asked him, I'm really shy in the club. Like I said, I'm a stage dancer. I work Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays is usually go on stage, get my tips, and go home. But it was a Tuesday and it was a little bit slow. So I did try and like talk to some people, and the first time I talked to him, he basically wouldn't tell me his name. I kept asking him what's his name, and he kept telling me to call him Daddy and Master. And
What?
I was just like,
Sensitive.
oh, I was like, okay, like, and then he started like, he kept like complimenting me on my skin, but like sometimes there's people that are like, yes, like melanin, like you look so
Yeah.
pretty, like that color. But then there's people that kind of like, I can't say
Criticize
this
you?
word right, fetish, fetishize
Criticize
it.
you, yeah.
Yeah, I can't say that word right, but that's basically what he was doing, and I was like, dang, like you think I'm gonna call you master, like slave?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's kind of how the vibe was going. So after that, I kind of just like cut my losses and left him alone. And then he ended up coming back that night. And you know, like strip clubs are known for ones, like money throws,
Mhm.
but he has a lot of money as he's flaunting off before. So
Yeah.
he'll like walk up to my stage and he'll put like 200s down or like 250s down instead of just
Oh,
throwing money.
what?
Yeah. So basically, I saw he put, I think he gave me like 200. So I walked up to him after and I started talking to him. And he didn't remember me at first
Hmm.
until I reminded him that I was a security guard because that night I told him. And he basically like calculated my whole check. Like he was like, dang, like you're only making this much. Like I could give you that in one night, like type of ordeal. And I was just like, okay, like I'm not leaving with you.
Hmm.
And that night I kind of was just like, okay, like he didn't really act, so I didn't really feel the need to be like stern, which
Hmm.
is probably where I messed up, honestly. And I think I took a couple shots with him, and I went to the back to go smoke.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't want to make like any problems for the club because I know that guy, like his bar tabs at least $900 a night.
Oh, wow.
So I guess he like paid somebody enough money to be able to go to the back, like where the dancers are only allowed. And for that, you have to pass the bar, go through the kitchen where you're cooking, and then go to the back. Like you can't do that like as a regular customer. So I was like, dang, like he must have some money.
You must have
And
had
he ended
racks.
up, yeah, he came back there while I was back there. And I don't even know. He kind of tried to kiss me, but I kind of just like, ooh, like played it off, like, oh my God, I'm so trying,
Yeah.
like, oh my God. And then that's when I was like, okay, like, stay away from him
Mhm.
after this. And then he came, he found me one more time that night because I had just gone off stage. And then he
Yeah.
kept telling me that he was going to take me home because I think he thought I was more drunk than I actually was. But, I had to play it off. So after that, I kind of ignored him for the rest of the night. I left. And by then, I had already told my girlfriend, like, oh, can you come get me? Like, I'm pretty drunk. I don't really want to drive my car.
Mhm.
And this guy is like being very persistent. Like, he was able to find me, spot me anywhere. So I left when my girlfriend said she was out here. I walked out to the car and I left everything in her car. And I had the security tell her what was going on. And he
Yeah.
took me back inside so I could get my cash out for all my dances that I did that night. And as I was walking in, he was still at the bar, but the club was closed. Like the only people that were allowed to be in there are the dancers and the people that are on payroll. And clearly, like I said, he had money. So they let him stay in there while he was drinking. So as soon as I walked in, he sees me and he's like, Tease, Tease, Tease. And I'm like, okay. Like, and I'm like, I'll be right back. Like, just like trying to run off and
Mhm.
signal to him.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like talking to my dance partner and I'm like telling her like, oh my God, he's still here. Like, I don't know what to do because I'm not to walk past him like to get out. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm
Mhm.
scared. I don't want to cause problems because it's kind of hard to be a black dancer in the industry, but that's a whole nother story
Say that. Say
another
that.
day. So one of the front girls, she basically came and she was like, oh, like you. And I was just like, oh, yeah, but like no, like I don't know why he thinks I'm going with him. Like I
Mhm.
really don't do that. That's not my thing. Like I'm scared. I really want him to leave. And like there's like this wall and then like a vending machine. When she like told me that, I literally like hopped in there and I just stayed like right in between it because I was scared and I was just like, okay, like
'Cause you don't know what
I
he's gonna
don't.
do.
Yeah, and by then that was another thing. He never wanted me to know his name, but he was so kind of like arrogant that he started talking about himself in third person. So
Oh,
I
was
was
he
like,
drunk? You think
oh,
he was drunk
that
enough?
yeah, he was I don't okay, he was doing drugs too.
Mhm.
Like,
Okay.
yeah. So after yeah, I don't do nothing. I smoke my weed and that's it. So after that, like I started seeing like his inhibitions slowly started going down. So after that, that's how I ended up figuring out his name. So then she told him like, oh, like you gotta go outside or whatever. And I'd also fucked up. So that was pretty much that situation. I'm kind of taking a break from dancing. I mean,
Okay.
probably like not like long. Maybe Saturday I'll go back, but I just need him to have some time to forget me
Mhm.
because I just don't want him to like be like, oh, like she's problematic or like telling my managers that because in the strip club industry, that's like very, very regular. Like as soon as you're a black dancer and you cause one problem, like you're fired.
Yeah. That's I feel like with everything that's happening, you never know what people are up to. And that's what the scariest part is. Like he could he could just be there and you won't even know that, but he would have a way to plot you. And that's what that I mean, I would give you hella props for being able to get away from that situation, especially if he's having people in on it and they're not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the money. They're all chasing the money. So if they're getting paid to do that,
Yeah.
it's you know.
The strip club industry is very like tip based. Like
Mhm.
once you start like somebody goes in their pocket, like you already know, like either you're gonna have a good night or they want something from you.
Yeah.
But the first time I talked to him, he wasn't that bad. I mean, the first night I literally got $300 out of talking to him. Like
Mhm.
he tipped me the 200 on stage, and then as soon as I walked over and I was talking to him for a little while, he tipped me another 100. So I mean, sometimes I guess I think, like I said, I'm also really into astrology, you know this.
Yes.
I'm a Aquarius sun, I'm a Cancer rising, and then I'm a Scorpio moon. I don't know if you know anything about Cancers, but like I'm very much Cancer in the club. Your rising sign is the initial vibe that you give to somebody when you first meet them. And Cancers, they're shy. You know their little like symbols, a crab, very hard on the outside, but the crab meat is a delicacy.
Mhm.
Everybody, honestly, I don't know. If you don't like crab, you're weird. But crab is fire, and they're tough until you crack them. So that's me in the club, very shy. I don't even like giving dances because guys be weird in the club.
Yeah, it's just really risky, I would say. And definitely
Yeah.
how's that with you mentioned your girlfriend, how is that with trying to balance the both? Like, people don't have boundaries sometimes. They don't know that you're taking because you don't got a taken symbol like right over you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh
how do you
yeah.
do that?
So the one thing, I mean, my girlfriend fully supports me being a stripper dancer. She honestly likes it.
Mhm,
I'm probably, out of like all the heels that I've had, she's probably bought me like 2 or 3 pairs of them.
mhm.
She's bought me outfits. I'm about to order a new pole. She wants me to bring my old one and put it in here. Like my girlfriend's pretty supportive.
Good.
And again, like I feel like the stigmatism of like strippers not being able to have like partners,
Mhm,
that literally stems from their partner, because either their partner is insecure or their partner doesn't trust them.
mhm.
And my girlfriend has no reason to be insecure, and me and my girlfriend, fun fact, we've only been dating I think for like probably like 7 or 8 months, but we were friends for 4 years.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, so this
Check
girl
it
knows
out.
me. Yeah, like she knows exactly who she's dating.
Mhm.
People will try and call my girlfriend and be like, "Oh, your girlfriend did this." My girlfriend's like, "Oh, well, I already know. Like she
Yeah,
called me and told me before she did it. Like, or
yeah.
I know her." So, like I have no problems with it. My girlfriends came to multiple clubs to come see me dance. My girlfriend will throw a stack, go home. I mean, she came for her birthday. That's the story. I'm gonna have to say, my girlfriend wants to get into YouTube, and
Okay.
her birthday just passed.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm an Aquarius dating an Aquarius,
The energy
and
is
she
real.
got so drunk and acted a fool. Yes, they got so drunk on her birthday. It was crazy. I'll have to tell you that story off camera
For
because it's
sure.
fucking hilarious.
For sure. I mean, I'm super happy
But
that you're able to find somebody that you really mesh with, and because I mean, we will just to be completely transparent with the viewers and audience. Me and Ty aren't like super close. Like we had a class in
we had a Spanish class
yeah,
together, right?
mhm,
Spanish.
and we
Yeah.
I would always see her around, and but I would have you on Snap, and I was like, everything that she's saying everything that it's like people don't want to say about love, like the truth, the honest, you know like sometimes that shit is messy. We can't always be like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know
It's very messy.
I mean, to be
You've
where
had
you're
me on
at.
Snap for a long time. You've known me since high school, so I'm not gonna name drop, but we all know about that one relationship
uh
that I used to be in. And I was head over heels for that person. And I mean, it didn't end great.
mhm,
And I mean, I wish them the best, and I hope whatever they're doing, it worked out for them. But it was really painful. I went to jail over something that I literally didn't even do anything. I got cheated on.
mhm,
I was not full on board for everything that happened,
yeah.
but I could honestly say without that relationship, I would not be who I am today. So I'm very thankful that I met him and that they're happy with the decision that they made. So I think without that experience, I don't even think I would be in the relationship that I am in now. And I would say also that I feel like I used to like try and I'm okay. I think I'm kind of a control freak.
Okay. In
Like
what ways? In what ways?
I'm pretty controlling. But my girlfriend understands that because she was my friend
Mhm.
before anything. And I think in order to have a good relationship or a good partnership with anybody, it needs to start with the friendship.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't think I had that in my last relationship.
Mhm.
I don't really think I had that in any of my relationships prior to this one, to be quite honest. I
Yeah.
really don't. I was never like friends with them. Like this girl could tell you everything. I mean, if she didn't win, she's a talker. She loves talking. If she didn't have to go get me sushi right now, she probably would have stayed here for real. But I've been complaining about being hungry for like a while.
What
But yeah, she's such a great partner.
that I feel like she's real supportive, and especially everything that she's trying to be able to do for you and support you with, just coming up there. You can't really have a relationship without growing with a person. And I mean, for you, what was like, you mentioned y'all were friends beforehand. So what led to y'all as a relationship? Was it them
Oh my
sneaky
god.
links, or what was it?
Okay. Short story of kind of how we were together. So basically, I had moved to Florida to be with that person.
Yeah.
I blew up in my face and I moved back. Before I had even left, my girlfriend, she was dating somebody else.
Mhm.
But all of her friends, all of her family, and myself included, we all hated her. Like, we
Mhm.
all hated her. She was just, she didn't encourage her to move forward in life. She also became really lazy. Like, they just were very stagnant together.
Mhm.
So when I moved back, okay, see, this, like, see, they're gonna find out some things on me. I don't know. I have like, she hadn't gone through her
Mhm.
stud puberty. She
Mhm.
was very confused lesbian when we were friends.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to each his own. Everybody has their own style, but she used to wear like these weird like spiral plugs and like weird hats, and like she used to have hair. She didn't. She has short hair now, but she used to have hair. She never did it. So
Yeah.
she just used to look really confused. And I was just like, oh my God, friend, like, it's not cool, but I still love you though.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then when I moved it back, she was single, quote
Mhm.
unquote. And she was looking real fine. I was telling my best friend, I was like, oh my gosh, like, Tati, she just looks so good. Like, I'm gonna invite her over. I'm gonna get her drunk and like, let's just see what happens. We ended up coming back, one thing led to another. And then after that, we kind of just started hanging out like the whole time. We was doing our thing, but none of our friends knew.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would always like say things like, oh, you guys would be so cute together. And I'm just like, little do you know, you
You're
don't even
already
know.
together.
Be quiet. Mind your business. Yeah, we're like 5 pages ahead of you guys.
Uh-huh.
So basically that happened. And then the ball drops, and one day Tati just tells me that she can't hang out with me. But like that was the thing. We weren't like,
Exclusive?
I'm not, yeah, I had just came out of my relationship and she was out of her relationship,
Mhm.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I was just enjoying the time. And I was also still a homegirl. So like I wasn't like pressed or nothing.
Yeah.
But she told me that she couldn't hang out one day. And I thought it was kind of weird because like I was like, why'd you go out of your way to make that announcement? Like I'm not asking you to come. So why did you like why did you say that? So
Mhm.
then fast forward, she goes and hangs out with her ex
Yeah.
current, quote unquote, or whatever. And I guess that girl went through her phone and saw like videos and pictures and like text messages of us hanging out. And she calls me on Tati's phone and she's just like, what bitch? I can't believe you're doing this.
Oh.
What is this? I thought you guys were friends. And she said you're this and you're a skinny bitch. And she was just going off. I was like, look, like me and her were just having a good time. Like she told everybody that you guys were no longer. Everybody thinks you don't even exist anymore. Like, if you want her though, you can have her. Like, whatever, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. So then my girlfriend, when she's like in love, I mean, now that I know, because I'm on the receiving end,
Yeah.
She really goes all out for her partner, and I guess just like out of comfortability of her, she really did stop talking to me for like a long time. And then after that, a couple months later, we matched on Tinder,
Oh, the apps. Okay.
and we messaged each other. And I had just gotten out of a different relationship, girl. I was
Mm.
really out here. I'm sorry, I was in a hoe phase, just in a hoe
Yeah.
phase.
Talk
Just
about
say
it. Talk
that.
about the whole phase. Did
Yeah,
everyone
so
go through it or?
basically, I was dating this femme girl, and I don't know, I don't do femmes. I like studs, but this girl really had my heart broken. So I was just getting over her, and like Tati wanted to come over and hang out, and I don't know, she basically like wanted to fuck, I guess. And
Mhm.
I was like, okay, like let's do it. But like as soon as it happened, like I literally rolled over and I was just like, okay. Like I was acting like a whole nigga. Like I was ready for her to go. And she felt the vibe. And she got in her car, and
Mhm.
I texted her a couple times. She never responded. Ghosted me again. Right? And
Damn.
then but it wasn't I wasn't that pressed about it because I just know her. I don't know. I just know
Even if
how
it wasn't.
Aquarius works.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've known this girl for so long, so I really wasn't that surprised. And we were just on two different waves of life. Like she just wasn't on her shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. So fast forward, I think like a year or so later, and Tati had been stalking me as she told me. Yeah, she told me the truth. She's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I've been stalking you. And she's like, I just want to know if I could come over with Alexis today. And I was just like, okay, like, whatever, I guess.
Stalking as in weird stalking or
No, no,
like?
no. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of slightly toxic, I guess, but like she would
Yeah.
like be on my Instagram, be on my Twitter, because most of my, except my Snapchat's the only thing that I have to like approve you or like
Oh.
accept.
Mhm.
Everything else is public. So she's like, yeah, like I seen you on Instagram. Like I heard you became a dancer. I couldn't believe it. So I had to go see what was up. Like she admitted to that. So like ecstasy, it's a love drug, I
Mhm.
would say. It makes you really happy. You just want to dance, and looking at lights is really cool. It's just like a really good time. And sometimes it makes you very talkative. Like you don't even know that you're about to just spill your information.
Yeah.
And basically that's kind of what happened. She was just like, okay, like we need to talk. And I was like, okay, like what? Like I want to dance. Like and
Yeah.
then she's like, okay, I want to just tell you the truth about why I always act like this, or why I always like go missing on you. Okay, just spit it out. Like you do not need a red carpet for this. And she's like, because I love you, I like you, and I've just never been ready for you, and I never had my money right, and I never like had my life in order. So I just felt like I needed to do things to make you stay away from me. And I was just like, really? You couldn't just have an honest conversation with me, like how we're doing right now? And then she was like, I mean, I could have, but that's just not how I work. And I was like, well, you're on a 90-day probation. You're on 90-day probation. And then after that, we basically had like a great little role experience. And after that, we basically hung out like every day. I had lost my job during COVID too. So for a while, I was on the infamous EDD, saving my money or whatever.
Your
And
money,
I
right?
really
Whatever
wanted to,
way.
yes, I saved all my EDD money. I saved that, bought a car, bought, owned, baby, not finance, not lease, owned.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kept telling Tati, I was like, I taxes is gonna be coming up soon. Like everybody's having fun on this EDD money, but once that tax season comes, everybody's gonna be sad
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they about to owe the money to the IRS. So I'm not about to do that. So I kept telling her I wanted a job, and she was like, you should apply to Amazon. I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you one thing. One thing about me, I'm a retail bitch. I don't do the physical manual labor. I'm gonna use my brain, and I'm gonna have conversation with people. I'm not lifting stuff. At
Mhm.
least I thought I wasn't lifting stuff. And they had me in the trailers at Amazon building walls in those big ass trailers. And I had like told, like I basically called her on my first day, and I was like crying, and I was like, oh my god, they
You
had me
set
in
me
this
up.
fucking, Yes. And she was like, wait, what? They have you doing what? And then she was like, no. She worked at a different facility and they don't even fulfill like orders like that. They're doing orders to people's houses.
Oh,
My Amazon was orders to other warehouses.
mm.
So I was doing like 25 pounds to like 75-pound boxes.
So you were
Yeah.
getting really built.
Oh, I mean, I'm already built. If I didn't have on a sweatshirt, I would have flexed for you right now. But
Period.
that was tough. Like for a very long time, I just didn't want to go. So for a while, she like just stayed at my house, or like she would come before work and she'd
Mhm,
be like, come on, like we're gonna take a lift because I didn't have my car yet. I waited, I didn't get my car until like July. I
mhm.
think like end of July. So we basically like used Lyft together, saved each other money. I stayed at her place sometimes before work because she would come to my house. So she kind of like helped with that. And then after a while, I think we were just like already kind of in a relationship, but just not
Title.
making it official, I guess. Cause I mean, I was gonna make it official. Like, you're the one that's on the 90-day probation. So she finally asked me on August 24th,
Okay.
2020. She took me to Fleming's and we
Wow.
had like a really good dinner. Yeah, babe knows I'm bougie. That's why she said, like, I didn't have my money straight. Not that I won't say that I'm materialistic. Like, I honestly do not care for her to be buying me clothes and shit like that. I feel like
Yeah.
that shit's weird. You should buy your own shit.
Mhm.
That's just me, but like I like going to different restaurants. That my idea of fun, I'm a homebody. I like sitting in the bed, but my idea of fun is going out to bougie restaurants and getting hotel rooms and Airbnbs and ordering room service and having a good time inside and then going home. So she just wasn't ready for that lifestyle, I guess. But now she understands. And her and my mom have like a really good relationship. And my mom be telling her, like, my daughter's just draining all your little pennies, huh? And I'm just like, Mom, don't say that to her. Let her find out on her own. But no, everything, I really love my partnership with her. I
Mhm.
don't really like saying that because, I used to be home married.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I'm still married, but whatever.
Well, that's another
Yeah,
good sign.
but her, that's my life partner.
Mhm. How
This is
would
my
you
life partner.
together? How would you say you mentioned the horoscopes and stuff? So, what is that energy between an Aquarius and an Aquarius? For those folks who don't know.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of, well, whenever I end up telling somebody, like, oh, yeah, like I date my own sign, they'd be like, well, how does that work? Because you
Yeah.
guys both don't listen. Like, the thing is that, like, an Aquarius, you can't ever just tell an Aquarius to do. You could suggest it,
Mhm.
but 9 times out of 10, if you tell me what to do, I'm gonna just go do whatever just to spite you.
Yeah.
Because who are you? Like, that's weird. If you're not my mother, don't ask me to do anything.
Mhm.
You could, we can have a conversation about it and we can see where you're coming from. But I feel like that's kind of the thing. Every single time I've like been on like Tati's ass about something, that's when she like goes to like disappears about stuff.
Even now in your
So no, not anymore. But in the past, and I didn't understand that yet. So funny thing is she's the first day of Aquarius, January 20th, and I'm the last day of Aquarius.
oh, so you're like on
So I feel like we still have like a lot of opposites
mhm,
in each other's like, I guess, birth chart.
mhm.
She's an Aquarius sun, Pisces moon, Virgo rising, and then I'm an Aquarius sun, Scorpio moon, Cancer rising. So both of our moon signs, which is your emotions, are
Yeah.
both in water. And how they say like Cancers and like Scorpios and Pisces are like dramatic or in their feelings, like on those memes on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like she's probably one of the only people that like when I do get like bent out of shape, she'll understand it and she'll just be like, okay, like I don't really understand exactly why you're upset, but I'm gonna let you be upset. So I feel like she understands like where I come from emotionally. And then I mean, as an Aquarius, I just think again we started off as friends,
Yeah.
and if you get friend zoned by an Aquarius, I think that's the best thing that could ever happen to you.
You think so?
Cause yeah, I mean, a friendship, I feel like friendship is the foundation for everything. Like, I don't, any person that I've literally tried to like do anything romantic with or serious with, we weren't really friends. Like, they didn't really get me. They didn't understand how I am. And she comes from like a really big family. Like,
Mhm.
she had, I don't even know how many siblings she has. Like, over five, maybe five. I don't know. She has a lot of them. I'm an only child. Like, and she's very like selfless. And I can sometimes be kind of selfish, honestly. I'd be like, I'm hungry. Like right now, I was complaining about being hungry, and she left to go get me food because I wasn't gonna go get it.
Mhm.
So there's things like that that I feel like help balance us out. And as long as you're friends with somebody before, you'll like understand them. My parents, I mean, they're not together anymore,
Mhm.
unfortunately, but my parents knew each other before, because my dad's a year older, and then all of his siblings are like in my mom's age group, and then they dated for 10 years, and
Oh
then they
wow.
were married for 19 or 20 years. So over, they were together for like 30 plus years, and they're still friends. They're still friends. Oh, I mean, they had a kid, so they were gonna have to like figure it out. But I mean, I know a lot of people were like, after the divorce, it's kind of just like,
Peace out.
I'll
Yeah.
see you later. So I think friendship is just really an important thing that you should have. And all of my aunts, some of them aren't together with their husbands anymore either, and they're still all cool. Like when we go to our little family functions, I'd
Mhm.
be seeing them and I'd be like, why is he here?
Yeah.
But I mean,
They're so cool. That's why, and they're being
yeah, so
okay.
I mean, friendship is everything.
That's crazy.
What's going on in your love life, Alyssa?
Well, see, that's the thing why I ask, I'm trying to figure out myself. I don't For me it's kind of just like I'll look at I try to see what I'm compatible with. And I've been like in the friend zone a little bit because and then like when you're in the friend zone it's kind of just like how do you move out from that because you still kind of vibing with them. But
Mm-hmm.
would you say like just kind of leave it at that and see where that friendship goes, or just like you gotta keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, again, like an honest conversation, like 9 times out of 10 in this generation, it usually takes somebody off guard. They don't even know what to do when somebody wants to just sit there and have an honest conversation. Because our generation loves the cap, loves to like lie to each other's face, loves to do that.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're not together, but we're together. And then we're all toxic. Like, no. So if you just have like that, like, okay, let's sit, let's just have like a discussion, I feel like that gets you somewhere. I had one friend, one girl,
Mhm.
that like, we claimed that we were gonna be friends, and then it got kind of messy.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not cool anymore because she was weird. No, she was like telling me, she was like, oh, like we're just gonna be friends, and then started hanging out with me every day and like coming around, and then she ended up telling me that she was in love with me, and then
Oh.
like 2 months later, she's like, I'm not, and I was like, okay, like girl,
Mhm.
why were we playing a house for the last two
That
months?
that
Like,
plays
you
house.
could have been honest, and I could have been working on myself. I could have been on the next bitch. Like, I don't know. Like, why'd you do that? So, an honest conversation gets you so much further, and it saves you time. That's one thing about me. You could waste my money, you could waste my gas, you could waste my food, you could waste juice, you could waste whatever you want. Do
Mhm.
not waste my time, because the last time I checked, a time machine has not been created, and that's the one thing you can't give me back, my time. Like, so if you
Period.
just have that honest conversation with somebody, you'll save me and yourself a lot of time, and we could both part ways and figure it out from there. So,
That honest conversation is gonna get your feelings hurt though. Then that's what I'm scared of. Like, truth be told.
okay, but your feelings might get hurt, but you're gonna learn. something new about yourself. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Mhm. Yeah.
Aww.
It's crazy.
Aww.
I mean,
Aww.
see where you at. You even said it yourself that where where it could be toxic sometimes. Like things could get
Mm-hmm.
toxic, and you're just kind of like, you kind of go at your own pace. You let us know about your story and how you and your girl became one. So to see it like come to life, it's it's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because like a lot of people, they've also known us for like a long time.
Mhm.
So now that they see us together, they're just like, damn, like you guys are finally together. Like, congratulations.
Say it's what
Like
you say it's
everybody is
destiny.
you.
You say it's
Say that
destiny.
again? Honestly, I could say that to be honest. I feel like she's like, well, she doesn't even have hers anymore. She's like the peanut butter to my jelly.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
where. I had a jelly on my thing. I think I'm in her phone as peanut butter.
Hmm.
She's like the yin to my yang. She's like, she just, I
Complete.
don't even know. She,
Oh, cut off.
it's,
Okay, there you go.
okay.
But yeah, that's dope that
I
for
was
sure.
just saying that like my mom does not like any of my friends.
Hmm.
What'd you say?
It's cutting out. I don't
It's
know what's
lagging.
happening on. Yeah, it's low key lagging. But go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, it's lagging now. I was saying, my mom doesn't like any of my friends, any of the girls that I've ever brought around, really ever. And her and my mom get along really good. And how you know your mom probably told you, oh, like that person, they're not really your friend. They're
Yeah.
not your friend. And then later down the line, she was right. Like, yeah. So the fact that them two get along really well brings me peace of mind because
Mhm.
you can't get past my mom. My mom's a smart woman. My mom will see the
No.
bullshit from a mile away. So the fact that that's even going well, I just know that me and her should be good. Should be good. I have positive affirmations
Well,
about her.
what's your advice for anybody currently looking to be in a relationship or just trying to find themselves for a minute? Like, if they're trying to do them first or seeking to be in a relationship, what could you tell them that you wish you would have known or like now that would help them out?
Okay, so I would say that if you're looking to be in a relationship, don't look.
Oh, what?
It's gonna come to you when it comes to you. I wouldn't even say I was like looking for a relationship, but I would be like on Tinder a lot, like, oh, looking like to talk to somebody or like whatever. I don't even know how, but my fucking Tinder got banned, and probably like 2 weeks later, that's kind of how me and her started getting in contact again. Like the moment I kind of just stopped worrying about if I'm gonna find somebody. I don't know, cause like that breakup with that ex from high school, that shit fucked me up for like a really long time, like a very long time. And I feel like I went around like starting to like plant little seeds in people and I didn't water them enough or they didn't fit me enough. So it just ended up disintegrating after a while. But the moment I stopped looking is the moment I found her. And I would also say that even though like we're in the middle of a pandemic and stuff like that, like just be careful about everybody that you talk to on social media. I feel like social media is becoming like the new like I don't even know what to call that. Like new hookup. I don't know, just people that I've seen on social media now. Like I'm just like, oh my God, like them two are together now. Like just to be careful. I feel like I've been on social media a lot less
Oh, really?
lately. Yeah, like I'm on Snapchat all the time, but like Instagram, Twitter, and all that, like I'm not really on that anymore. Try to find your hobbies. I love coloring, like those adult coloring books, like those really intricate ones. And I'm obsessed with astrology and I love watching YouTube videos and pole dancing. I
Yeah.
found that all out during quarantine when I wasn't talking to anybody. And during quarantine, I mean, I kind of lost all my friends too. I don't say like I'm a shitty friend or nothing, but I just feel like I don't have brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
I'm an only child, so I feel like I put a lot more into friendships than other people, and not every person's style of friendship it fits with everybody. So personally, I know like those people really got tired of me, so I kind of had to sit back and like figure out like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what is it? And I remember like the girl that told me she loved me and then didn't, she always would like say, like, sometimes you're just not everybody's cup of tea. Like, but somebody is out there. Somebody is going to be perfectly fine with what your idea of fun is. Like that girl, she was kind of like a cheapskate. Like she didn't like doing stuff like or the stuff that she would like to do. I'm just like, bro, I'm not doing that.
Mhm.
Like that shit is weird. I want to just go out to eat and go home. Like that's so basic, but you don't want to eat crab legs with me. But again, now I have my girlfriend and we spend 25 together and she's always down to go with me to a restaurant and she's always down to blow $300 on a room for no reason. Like, so there's people that you'll find that is gonna mesh well with you. You don't have to change for anybody because I really thought I was gonna have to change to find out my partner in life, and she loves me. And I love her.
She came at the right time and the right moment for you, especially in your life. So, I mean, like I said, I've said it so many times already. Like, super happy for you, and I'm glad you're
Thank you,
able to
girl.
share your
We're gonna
story.
talk off the camera because I'm giving you some advice. I need to
Yeah,
know what's going on with you.
we're gonna give it to him, but this is your time to kind of plug yourself. Let him know where to find you, what socials you're on, where to find you outside of social media and all that.
Okay, like I said, I'm not like really heavily into social media, but you could always follow me on my Instagram, Ty.the_Tease, and I'll message you. My page's open. Hopefully me and my girlfriend will start a YouTube soon. You can follow our Instagram. It's senpai T_N and Tease. So there's that. And then outside of here, if you ever want to come see me at the club, get that
Okay.
experience, you could come see me at Angels Cabaret in Anaheim. My birthday is February 18th, and I will be working. So come throw some one time on my birthday. That's
Hey.
pretty much it. I'm pretty boring, like I said. But I really think the podcasting thing is something I would be interested in. There's this one girl that I follow on YouTube. Her name's like the Voodoo Child. I don't know. You should probably watch her. I think you would really like her. She's also a Gemini. And she also dates a Gemini. And they both do YouTube.
I'm gonna have to check her out. I'm gonna
I
have
think you'll like her, to be honest. And she has like this thing on her page. It's like called the Try Tea, where like her followers and fans like send her in stories and she like reads it on her podcast and she'll like kiki with them. Like she'll have the live chat and everything going on. And it just seems like cool. It's something that I could definitely see you doing.
yeah, send that my way. But thank you again for being on today's podcast. We're gonna end it right here. But you
Okay.
want to follow her, hit her at all her followers. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, thanks for listening. Peace.